What if an entire family was murdered in their sleep? Every mirror in the house was covered, the killer washed up in their sink, and more than a century later, people still hear children whispering in the dark. This is of the Villisca Axe Murderers. Welcome back, Wanderer. You've stepped once again into Rick's Storyverse, where forgotten histories breathe and the night reveals what daylight refuses to remember. Steady your torch and open your mind. Tonight, we enter a house that never healed, a place where silence grew teeth. This is the story of the Villisca Axe Murderers. Villisca, Iowa, was a peaceful farming town in 1912, the kind of place where neighbors waved from porches and children played in the dusty streets until the sun dipped behind the fields. But on the night of June 9th, something else moved through those quiet roads. Something carrying an axe. Something that would change the town forever. The Moore family had spent their evening at the church's Children's Day program. Josiah and Sarah Moore walked home with their 4 children, tired but content after the long event. With them were 2 young guests, Lena and Ina Stillinger, who were staying the night. None of them knew that someone was already in their house, waiting in the shadows. But sometime after midnight, the killer began. Investigators later believed the murderer started in the master bedroom. Josiah Moore was struck first, the blow so violent they left marks in the ceiling above the bed. Sarah was next. Then the killer moved through the house with a cold, deliberate, calm, entering each room and ending life inside it. All 6 Moore children were murdered as they slept. The Stillinger girls met the same fate. But the strangest details came after. Every mirror in the house had been covered with a cloth. Every window shade was pulled down tight. A slab of bacon was propped up against a wall, as if placed there intentionally. A bowl of water sat nearby, murky with blood, as though the killer had washed up before leaving. No one heard a scream, no one saw a stranger slip away, and no one has ever been convicted. Suspects emerged over the years. A traveling preacher who confessed, then recanted, a state senator with enemies, a drifter seen near the tracks, even a man who claimed he killed only when commanded by God. But every lead collapsed, every theory unraveled, and Villisca was left with a house that refused to forget. Over the decades, the Moore home became a magnet for investigators, skeptics, and those drawn to the paranormal. Visitors report footsteps in empty rooms, children's voices whispering their names, and the heavy sensation of being watched from the darkened stairwell. Some say the killer never left. Others believe the victims linger, trapped in the moment their lives were stolen. And a few insist the house itself remembers, replaying the terror it absorbed more than a century ago. The Villisca Axe murders remain one of America's most chilling unsolved crimes, a reminder that evil doesn't always roar. Sometimes it walks quietly through a sleeping town, climbs a staircase, and closes a door behind it, and the night never returns what it takes. I would like to end the story with a poem, and here's that poem. In Villisca's dark, where secrets creep, a silent shadow stole through sleep. An axe was raised without a cry, beneath a moon that watched the sky. The house still hums with whispered dread for those who woke to find the dead. The walls remember every scream, now trapped inside a broken dream. Century passed, yet still it stays, a ghost of long forgotten days. For in that home where sorrow stirred, the night repeats what once occurred. It's another story from the edge of night. Please like and subscribe to keep the torch alight. Good night.